Oh, hey! It's good to see you. Thank you so much for coming with me today. Now, I have some friends I'd like for you to meet. You're gonna love them, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna love you too. What's the matter? You can't see them? Oh, well, they're close. They're very close. I'll give you a hint. Look over here. Look, I told you they love you. So we're here at the zoo today, and we're going to be talking all about community. I'm Janelle Ortiz, and this is Explore the Bible on Location. Why did we come to a zoo to talk about community? That's a good question, but let's answer this one first. What is community?
A community is a group of individuals who share the same interests or ideas. Your friends at school, for instance, your family, the town you live in, even the people sitting around you right now. Those are all different kinds of communities.
But people aren't the only ones that live in community. Animals do too. Why?
Flamingos, zebras, even siamangs.
But there's one animal that provides us with a better picture of community than any other, and they're some of my favorites. They're called meerkats.
Meerkats are fun-loving little members of the mongoose family. They come from Africa, they live mostly on insects, and their community is very important to them.
So this is Bridget, and Bridget is the expert on meerkats here at the zoo. So it seems like meerkats like to stick together in groups, right?
Yes, meerkats live in large family groups called gangs or mobs, and those groups can consist of up to 30 individuals.
Wow, so does each meerkat have a specific job that it plays?
Yes, meerkats have a very complex social structure. In order for that structure to work, everybody has a job that they will play. Some meerkats will act as babysitters and help raise the young, others will forage for food, and then still others will act as sentries and they keep a lookout for predators.
Why is community so important for these meerkats?
Well, if those sentries don't do their job, then there's the possibility that they'll fall prey to an eagle or a jackal.
So community literally is a lifesaver for these meerkats.
That's right.
Wow, that is so cool.
I had a lot of fun watching the meerkats. I found myself thinking more and more about how important community is. In fact, the Bible has a lot to say about community. In Hebrews chapter 12, the author encourages God's people to pursue peace, avoid bitterness, and do away with immoral behavior. These are all essential qualities for a community of believers. But what does it look like in practice?
The Bible provides an example of godly community, the very first church ever. To understand more, let's dig into the book of Acts.
The book of Acts records the story of the very first church. Just before Jesus went up into heaven, he instructed his friends and followers to spread the good news that they had seen and heard. This was a big responsibility and would call for an especially strong community of faith. Digging into the second chapter of Acts, we read that these believers devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching, to the fellowship, to the breaking of bread, and to the prayers. In other words, they met regularly to pray and learn from God's word. They also shared whatever they had with whoever needed it. Remember the meerkats that gather food? They don't just gather it for themselves. They share it with the rest of the group.
Well, guess what? The believers in Acts did the very same thing.
Acts chapter 4 tells us that no one said that any of his possessions was his own, but instead they held everything in common. If someone had a need, the entire Christian community came together to meet it. They knew that people were more important than possessions. Bridget told me that the meerkats stick close together as protection against predators.
We see the same thing with the church in Acts. Satan's attempts to destroy the church only made it grow stronger.
Persecution broke out against the church, and many of Jesus' followers had to flee their homes. But everywhere they went, they shared the story of Jesus' death and resurrection. In this way, even more people came to Christ. The church grew stronger than ever before.
These little meerkats are so cute. I could stare at them all day long. I wonder if that's what people think when they look at our community. Being a part of God's family of believers should make us overflow with joy. And we should follow the examples set for us in the book of Acts. We need to read God's word together, care for one another, and stick with each other in times of need. That's what a community does. I'm Janella Ortiz, and this is Explore the Bible on Location. Bye!